I wanna elevate, I wanna elevate. Don't wanna be a dead body, wanna elevate. I wanna elevate, I wanna elevate. Don't wanna be a dead body, wanna elevate. I wanna elevate, I wanna elevate. Don't wanna be a dead body, wanna elevate. I wanna elevate, I wanna elevate. Don't wanna be a dead body, wanna elevate. Living in a world where blacks are steady dying. Privileged white folks is sad to see them lying. At least I'm trying to beat the odds and worth of buying. Like women to the front from when the black kids had to die. Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Please don't shoot me, Mr. Mister. I'm way too young to die. I hit the beat just like a blister.
Start it off.
Come on, go, bro.
We're back again.
Episode what?
Episode 7.
Episode 7.
And this
Lucky
is,
number 7.
Is it? This episode is titled, I'm tired of being tired of being tired.
What's that song? Options are few. The gospel song. It went over your head, but
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know. Take me to the king.
Take me to the king.
That ain't nothing about being tired though.
No, she said, truth is I'm tired.
Oh well, yeah.
Truth is I'm tired.
Well, listen.
I ain't trying to be take to the king yet. I ain't
take me to the king.
Don't take me to the king yet.
We gotta start to pick up some momentum or whatever. Last week we ended off with some great topics and everything for episode 6. We had a 2-part. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for paying attention to it. You know, we appreciate you guys. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
And, interact with us on all media platforms, including TikTok and Twitter and Instagram. We got a lot of content that we're coming out with that we want you guys to be a part of, but we're going to continuously grow. And with the growth comes some new things that you will see going on in this episode. But before we get to it, quick check-in. How you feeling? What's going on? Anything you want to discuss?
I'm going to be honest. These past 2 weeks has been a little on rough edge, and I'm trying to ignore all the negativity, all the hurdles that I gotta keep jumping over. I'm just jumping over them, like literally, like track star out here. She a runner, she a track star. It's like no, but yeah, I think I'm not trying. It's so easy to just give up and be like, yo, like, cause today it was rough. I had parents on 100, and I'm trying to mediate the situation, and I just felt like sometimes we as adults and as educators, we get tired sometimes. But we also gotta remain professional, which is also the hard part of the job. And also like educating the kids to like let small things go. Because I feel like they turn small situations into big situations, and then we got to deal with the aftermath of it. But when we sit there and actually have a conversation and we talk about the antecedent for the issue, and we're like, yo, it really wasn't that big of a deal. And, fights lead into something very small rather than people having a conversation. So, even as adults, we got to take a step back and be like, all right, like, I even have to correct myself sometimes. I'm like, yo, I was wrong in this situation, my fault. Like, Mr. Young, like, they'll call me out. I'm like, all right, I apologize, And that just shows growth, and that also shows maturity, because adults not always right in the situation. So, I'm learning to take a step back, and everything doesn't need a response. That's something a lot of people get annoyed by, but I'd rather protect my energy and move accordingly.
Respect.
How about you? How's your day going?
There's a lot going on. I'm not going to talk about the day, because if I'm going to complain, then I'm going to rant. And if I get to the point of ranting, then some things going to be said.
Oh, that's a whole episode?
It's not even a whole
that's
episode.
Episode 8?
We'd be canceled. So I woke up on the right side of the dirt, so I'm just going to thank God for that. Other than that,
Amen.
I mean, there's a lot of topics that I do want to talk about, but before we get into that, the honesty And the truth is, it's a lot of death going on in the city. A lot of people have been getting killed. A lot of these teens are out here making badass decisions and doing things that they shouldn't do. Us being educators, we see this on a daily basis. So please, pour into the ones that you love. Reach out to those that might be struggling, that might go mute, that might have disappeared and you haven't talked to recently, because it's a lot going on. And you know, daylight savings times past is starting to get darker, which is more mischievous. People are getting to a lot of situations and issues, and the world is struggling. People out here showcase that they got the money and we're not living in poverty, but it is a lot of poverty going on, because the money that we are receiving, and I say we as in the whole society, is being misplaced into the wrong things, into the fashion, into the trying to show off for Instagram. And there's nothing wrong with living your real life, but that's causing a lot of death, a lot of robberies, a lot of crime. So, you know, us, we deal with that. We see that, and we just pray that we don't get to this situation. Right. But we also work in fields where we see this nonstop, and it's a shame, because we didn't grow up like this, and the society that we're in right now is crazy. So that's just my PSA, my public service announcement, to, you know, try to focus on the positive things and find something that you're good at, your niche, and just, you know, you go from there.
One positive thing that did happen today, I had a hour-long conversation with a parent who recently lost a son to mental health. He was going through a lot. So I was having a conversation with her, and then we ended up talking about a little bit about my life story. So I was like, oh, it's funny, we went to the same gym, and I saw her multiple times, but this was our first time having a real conversation. So that was my rose for the day. You know how they do rose and a thorn?
I don't.
You ain't do that in school?
No. Sorry. Coco Jones, by the way. He's not trying to hook up with this person. He's still waiting on you, Coco Jones. So accept that invite. All right, so let's get into it. With this episode, we decided that we're gonna start the transition as we're going into season 2 with some new things to get to know us a little bit better and to see our different personalities. So as you see, we will have more props and things that represent us, our individuality, and what we bring to it, our personalities rather. So you could go first. Anything that you got that represents you?
Yeah. So as you may know, I have my red jacket on. I am a jacket king. Like, when it comes to jackets, I love jackets. Like, I probably have over maybe
too damn many.
Yeah, I have a lot of jackets. And I want more. So this was last year, actually. I went to Zara. I think we all went to Zara. We all went to Zara.
But where at?
Was it King of Prussia or Cherry Hill?
No.
King.
I thought that was picked up when we was in Miami. That wasn't the Miami pickup?
No, this wasn't the Miami pickup. No, it wasn't.
That was the suit.
Yeah.
And that's when I got the jacket. Yeah, King of Prussia.
It was King of Prussia. And no, this is when I went to go exchange shoes. Right. Remember?
Because we was going to that prom birthday party.
Yeah, prom birthday party. People like looking at like prom, like how old are y'all? No, we went to a prom birthday party. It was a theme. I went to go exchange shoes, and I saw 2 jackets in there, and I went in there to exchange the shoes because I had ordered some online. Exchanged the shoes to get my money back, and I saw 2 jackets. I'm like, yo, dog. Because you know Zara is always if you don't get the jacket, then you never going to see this jacket ever again.
Right, they sell out quick.
So, I was thinking about bringing the other jacket that I bought, but I was like, all right, let me just do this one because, you know, it's out of people won't expect this. So I saw 2 jackets, and I saw this, you know, would it be cheetah or leopard? I don't know how to distinguish cheetah or
it's the
leopard.
Jungle. He wild. Go ahead, do an animal sound. Last week you did some bullshit with an eagle.
Yeah, yeah. So this is one of my jackets. It's a I would say cheetah, leopard, whatever.
It's a
print
jaguar.
Jacket, or jaguar. So I saw this on a rack, and I'm like, bro, this jacket is so tough. I gotta have it. So I bought the jacket. I only wore it twice. But this is, to me, I like the jacket because it's a pop out statement. Like jackets, I feel like, especially, they make the outfit. It's either you not a jacket person, so you wear like a black jacket or whatever fits you. But I feel like jackets makes my outfit, so I either go with depending on the outfit. I feel like my jackets make the outfit, so I will wear like an all black outfit with this, or a nice turtleneck. Keep it, you can keep it casual. You can go out on a date with this. The men always can be fly too. You gotta match your ladies' flyness as well. So I will probably if I went on a date, probably have my significant other wear all black,
Coco Jones,
or like a brownish color. Like we can match each other's fly.
Well, let's follow the Instagram so you can see he's supposed to be going on a date pretty soon, and he could wear the jacket, and you can see how he put his fists together.
Allegedly.
Because this jacket is a statement piece for him, and
Yes.
I feel like now that he has let Pandora out the box, or as James Franco would say, the eagle has landed. He should have jackets on every episode, something different. He is a jacket connoisseur though, and because of that, I got me a jacket. I got me a statement piece that I got to challenge and match him, that I got to wait to bring out the right time to hurt his feelings. So, it's a competition between us. But that was a crazy day. We were supposed to focus on one thing, and then you spent $300 on multiple jackets.
I did not spend $300. Technically,
Oh, you spent the gift card in
I
money
had
out
a
of pocket.
I had a gift card, so that gift card that I got for Christmas
Shout
came.
out to RJ.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah, it was a gift card. Shout out to RJ. And I spent the money on a gift card, so technically, I didn't really come out but for one jacket. So it was like 120 in the whole. But
You still spent money.
I still spent money. Yeah. Spend responsibly, and also if y'all would like to donate jackets, comment, subscribe to our page, and we could talk. I have to approve the jacket.
You could
first.
donate to him. I'm not wearing nothing. Y'all give me no thank you. I wear my own shit. For me, me being into sneakers and everything, this probably came out 2 years ago, and I was blessed. Nike normally looks out for me. I'm honestly supposed to be receiving another package, and this is not the first time they sent me free stuff, but I was shocked. Never really went too much stuff on shock drops, and they sent me a link. When I went through the link or whatever the case may be, I was hyped, so I'm just pressing the button, 10.5, and when they sent it, they didn't charge me.
COVID?
Yeah, okay. So they didn't charge me, so I was confused. But then I'm like, all right, maybe. So then I didn't think I was getting it. Then they showed me my shipping and everything, and I got my tracking, and I got these for free. So I was hyped to get these for free. A part of sneakers that, represent me. Haven't worn them yet because, honestly, I haven't found nothing to wear them with
Before
yet.
you take these out, how much is the resale on these?
I don't know, 'cause I don't care about resale.
Okay.
You could look it up.
What are they called? Oh, these off-white?
Yeah, the off-white dunks or whatever the case may be. I forgot what number they are, but as you see, they are lot
Off-white dunks.
14 out of 50.
How much is it?
So
It's like 480.
480.
so 14 out of 50.
I need like $500.
Never wore them yet. Didn't have a reason to wear them. I don't know when I will, but I am gonna try, wear them one day. But
I like the box too.
thank you, Nike. Nike has hooked me up before with Jordan 1s and Travis Scotts and all these other things, so I'm thankful. And I'm waiting to see the package that I get coming soon.
What size are these again?
My size.
Oh, right.
Other than
Good
that,
answer.
it's just sneakers. Next week will probably be something different. Or, this being a Halloween episode, because Halloween is coming up, I might bring in some Halloween sneakers that I had that I'm really hype about. If not, it'll be something different. Probably a new pickup. But that's just something that represents me. And, we'll have more in tune to, our pickups, you the jacket person, I'm the sneaker person, so maybe we can, bring some stuff. But also, something that represents me, I'll just keep going, is my love for music, 80s and 90s music, throwback music, and everybody knows how I feel about Michael Jackson. I feel like he's the greatest person in the world. I cried the day that he died, but this is my fourth album of Michael Jackson off the wall. I also have 4 thrillers that were never cracked open, and I do have other albums that I do play on a vinyl record player in my sneaker room. But love Michael Jackson. You can always hear me listening to some of his music. So music, vinyls, and records are a representation of me decompressing and cleaning up my room or trying to find my own peace of mind and listening to music. And that's my portion. What about you? What you got for you?
I have my laptop. My laptop is work. As y'all may know, I love the work, but recently I took a step back from working so much and focusing on my main job, which is my education job. So work is here, trips is on here, flyers for upcoming events, me doing my morning meeting slides every day. Like this is a combination of everything. Just my whole life is on here.
But is your music on there? Are the
My
new
music,
records, the albums, the songs that we're waiting for, the Kingpin, are they on there?
So as y'all may know, I do write music. I took a break from music because I'm just not inspired. I haven't been inspired yet. So I'm gonna be working on music the top of next year. So y'all will hear new music. I don't want to drop old records yet. I know I have like a couple songs in the vault that's to me are bangers, but I just want to experiment a little more with music. And we'll go from there.
I know a great place where you could do some music at is Repercussions.
Of course, this is how it all begun at Repercussion Studios. So that's how. Make sure y'all go listen to my EP, Sounds of a King.
On all platforms.
On all streaming platforms. It's a dope project. Very dope project. I wrote every song on there. The only thing I did not write was other people's verses. But in terms of the singing, the verses on that, I wrote it. And shout out to my boy Dom, who is singing on the tracks, and he put his spin on it as well. I believe in creativity, and I believe in spreading love. And again, I'm a promote that project to the death of it. It's platinum in my house. It's platinum, so hopefully Billboard can give me a platinum a platinum plaque on my wall.
Appreciate this platinum in my house.
Yeah.
I've been playing that forever.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Nelson, who will be on the remix.
I think we putting Drake on the remix.
I'm in Sexy Red.
No.
Yeah. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
No, but the funny thing is, I told my kids, I said, when you trying to see me and you trying to say what's up, everybody say ski.
It's a damn shame, but that's how we gotta. That's how we gotta resonate with the youth. We gotta talk to the youth like that. But since we talked about music, let's segue into it. A couple songs that we did our research on and we wanted to talk about. We had a big discussion last week with the whole Drake situation, talking about how we critique albums and how he came at Joe Buttons. So some songs that I know I listened to was a Tyrese song, a Nicki Minaj freestyle, a Wale song, and an Usher song. So the Usher song was Boyfriend, and we touched base on this before, but I really got a chance to go past the media and the hype and the Keke Palmer and the nonsense and listen to Boyfriend, and the beat is crazy. It gives me like what's the album that Usher had with like Climax and all of that?
It wasn't Here I Stand? Or is
album
after Here I Stand?
It was the album after Here I Stand, but it's kind of like some of the songs that was in Here I Stand. It gave me that kind of vibe that hyped me up, because we talked about Usher coming to the Super Bowl performance.
Yeah, and
So
he's dropping his album that week.
exactly. So if he was to
great
perform
promotion.
Boyfriend, and like we said, maybe Beyonce come out or something, it would be crazy because that beat, the tempo and everything,
Yeah.
it could get you going. It can,
Yeah.
it can open up the Super Bowl. So you told me to listen to that, and I definitely listened to Boyfriend, and I like that. I like that Usher
And
project.
did you like the video as well?
The video, that's where Keke Palmer in it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she
yeah.
dressed like You
Yeah.
Don't Have to Call.
Yeah.
That was decent because You Don't Have to Call was a great video, and I like the whole
The creativity.
white t-shirt, jeans with the caramel camel leather jacket and all. So that creativity was decent. I did do my
And
research
it built,
on it.
and not to mention, it built momentum for the song because everybody was talking about
Right, and that's
the
perfect
whole
publicity
Keke.
and
Yes,
timing.
great.
Definitely, for sure.
Marketing genius.
Yeah. What about Max Julian? We talked about that briefly. Well, Wale
Yeah,
finally
so
coming back out years later.
The crazy thing is, Wale was trending over the weekend, and I saw what he was trending for because people said, "Who is the one person that you want to come back out with an album?" And Wale was one of them, and I think it was Adele. It was a couple people in this category, but everybody was saying Wale. And I think everybody missed Wale because Wale makes great music, and it's not just he tells a story. He's very poetic. And I feel like every album you get from him and it tells a story. It tells even he's going through heartbreak. He's feeling mentally drained, or being a provider, being a father. Like, he talks about all that in his music, and I think a lot of people are missing that from him. So this Max Julian record, when a girl comes on, the first person I think of is Lil Mo. I had to look in the writing credits to see I'm like, what's Lil Mo first name? But Lil Mo is not listed as a writer or one of the composers on the song, but it sounded like Little Mo in the beginning, so it gave me that 2004 Little Mo.
Right.
But it was also giving me old school Wale as well. I think it's a dope record, and I do feel like it was a giveaway record. It's not like a first single for anything like that, but I felt like he's warming up to something that's going to be a great album.
Yeah, him putting it out there just to get everybody back to say, okay, this is what he can produce. And I felt the same way. I felt like it was one of them. You go to the roller skating rink on a Sunday night, and that put that song on, everybody dancing, girls get on the skating rink and all of that, and you got a little vibe or a little bop to it. I am a big Wale fan. From the backyard music with the pretty girls with the banging on the trash cans out in Baltimore, to all his features and everything. I love a lot of his songs, and I'm happy that he's finally come back out. I always looked at Wale also for the fashion, especially with him coming from the downtown locker room, which was in Baltimore, and him being hype and big on sneakers. And I would go on Celebrity Sneaker Stalker to see what Wale had on.
A quick side story. The crazy thing is, I went to a Wale concert at the TLA. This one, the TLA was the main place you go to for concerts. Me and my friend, DJ Two Fly, went to the concert. Now, a couple people got to meet Wale prior to the venue because I was already inside waiting for. So he was coming off the street from buying sneakers or something, and a couple fans took pictures, and then my friend wasn't able to get a picture, and he got so pissed, cause he was so arrogant and mean. So when he got into the venue, all he was doing was cursing him out, basically in the concert. I'm like, bro, chill, cause and he hasn't liked Wale since that day.
Well, to get that way, that's why.
But shout out to Wale though. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Shout out to Wale. I'm hype. I'm ready for this project.
Tyrese,
listen. I like the Tyrese song. It's not Signs of Love Making, but it's called Love Transformation.
Loves transactions.
I love Transaction.
Oh,
I like
right,
the song.
right.
I feel like you should listen to it. Tyrese gave me that vibe to say, okay, he not trying to box nobody mouth or argue with Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy or what more do you want from me? He not trying to do all of that stuff no more. He was really in it seemed like a really good space. I mean, he must have, that Home Depot money must be about to come in order for him to produce.
I don't think he went in that case.
I mean, he probably not, but hey, he put them on the map, so he got to get something from it. They thought about it and they've been looking into it.
I wasn't a fan of the record, and I like Tyrese. Tyrese could sing. He makes dope old school R&B music. I wasn't really feeling this record, but I'm glad he's getting back into the realm of just recording music, and I'm looking forward to his next project. Did you hear about TGT getting back together?
No, because I'm not worried about genuine old ass who always falling on the stage. Tank still got it. Tank made good music and all of that. Tyrese, I mean, but it is something that could be very positive and something that we need right now. So
Absolutely.
they could make some great music and they could bring like
I
R&B back.
need.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that was the song when Genuine was high off 5-hour energy, and he was like dozing off on.
Yeah, I never saw that because I didn't really care too much for TGT. Sorry, but
We got a TGT hater, as y'all can see.
I guess I hate on everything because guess what? I ain't listening to that shit. But hey man, do what you got to do. Get back out there and make some good music. And then finally, let's talk about who we want to talk about. Let's talk about this Nicki freestyle over the Drake beat. Shout out to Drake. Drake, you sold like 1 trillion copies in 1 week on your
He did
album.
not sell 1 trillion.
He sold a lot.
He sold over 400,000, over 450,000 in the first week, which Drake.
And we round that off, so that's
Drake does
half a
great
Billy,
numbers always.
half
Like
a-
it could be he could shit on a record and people will buy it. So
okay. Who's the hater now? Aubrey.
I'm not a hater.
I was
I'm telling
cool.
you.
You got 72 songs on there, and I don't really want to listen to them. But hey, Aubrey, it was some good stuff on there. But
He got a couple good songs.
it's the song with Future, right? That she.
No, it's the song with Chief Keef, sir.
Oh, Chief Keef, that guy. But yeah, how did you feel about that, Nicki?
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The record, I thought the record, that's a freestyle, so I thought the record was dope. Like, a lot of people on social media was saying how he should kept her on the record. You can go to sleep all you want, because you went to sleep when it came to the bars. Cause your words, not mine. You said,
Hey. So
wait,
first say the bar, and I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth.
She said 1 sub killed 5 bitches. Ocean Gate.
And I said, what is he talking about? What does Nicki Minaj talk about? Then he talked about the submarine and this. I said, okay. And then what did you say?
I said, Cardi wouldn't had came up with that, and you said what?
Cardi damn sure wouldn't, because Cardi don't even know how to talk English. Cardi talk about my face on the dollar. That's her lyrics, and that's her rapping.
Yo.
Cardi, you know I love you. I'm happy for you. Happy birthday and all of that. And talk all crazy.
You just called this woman illiterate.
No, I did not. You just called her illiterate.
No,
I
I
said
didn't.
Cardi don't even speak English right. Sometimes I don't know what she's saying. She got different personalities and voices. Hey,
So when we
Cardi
talk,
wouldn't have came out
when
with
we
no
talk about
subs.
rap, we talk about bars, right? And I do feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to bars. Like we forget what like rap is all about. It's not about all that drama, bull crap, and so it's really about bars. Like nobody's really dropping bars and having you think, because you didn't even know what that even meant.
Because I wasn't worried about no submarines. I'm not getting on no submarine. I'm fat. You talk about a Subway? I don't want no damn Subway.
Subway eat fresh. You
No,
eat
thank
fresh
you.
at Subway.
I don't eat that food. Subway is processed meat. Processed meat is horrible. But you talk about bars. What Cardi B saying Kodak Black? What's the famous line from Kodak Black?
Did she write it?
Yes, but what is it about the shoes? What they called?
These are red bottoms. These are bloody shoes.
Shout out to Cardi, always representing Cardi. Offset, don't get upset with him.
Upset at who?
I heard it didn't give me no itty bitty piggy freestyle. It didn't get me a monster or the song that she had with Eminem. It didn't get me hyped like, okay, Nicki is on some shit. She ready to come for Cardi neck. It gave me like how Wale had Max Julian. It gave me something to say, okay, she still can do it. She still can get behind the instrumental and she can go and she can rap and everything.
But
I'm looking for more though.
The thing is, I think we kind of, you gotta feed your fans, right? What has Cardi fed y'all?
Feature after feature after feature.
Recently.
Ripped out the
What
plastic.
have you fed us?
Oh, the cameraman just said.
Oh, now the cameraman talking shit. Oh, now he want to talk. What you say? Say it.
I said, what have you fed us?
What? I feed y'all my EP.
Whoa,
Sounds of the King.
Whoa, brother.
So make sure y'all go download that.
Pause that.
Stream it.
You're not feeding me anything. And I damn sure ain't eating nobody's EP. So I don't know what he's
So
talking
make sure
about.
y'all go on all streaming platforms. Sounds of a King, The Kingpin, written by me.
And he is underfeeded.
Undefeated, yeah.
She do gotta feed her fans, and they ready for Nicki. So I hope she ready for it. I hope you're ready for it, because you've been bigging her up, and the way it's going right now, it's gonna be the clash of two titans, and I'm gonna say one is King Kong, one is Godzilla, and y'all
11,
know
17, 23.
Nobody worry about that. And y'all know how I feel about King Kong and Godzilla, and y'all know I'm rocking with Godzilla, and we all know who Godzilla is. So 11, 17, 23.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
One
11,
party
17, watch yourself. 11, 17, 23, I'll take a couple days to really listen, and hopefully we'll talk about it on this podcast. Hopefully we could get a comment from I'll take what they call it, the Barbie squad? What's nigga?
Barbs.
The Barbs. They can hate, they can talk about us, hey, get us them views or whatever, but hopefully they chime in. Because we damn sure going to have a little story or a little live going in, listening. We could do a music release.
Oh, yeah, we could do a music review.
Yeah, we could do a music review together. We'll have that for y'all. But all right. So with it being Halloween and everything, let's segue into. No, I forgot. So some things that we do normally. Let me pull it up with the dice. When I talk to you about.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do the alphabet dice, and we're gonna roll the dice, and it's gonna come up with a letter, and whatever letter it is, we're gonna come up with an artist, R&B, rap, whatever the case may be, male and female, and we're gonna say who we came up with that we resonate with and our favorite songs for them. We're just gonna do one for right now until we start to build momentum with this dice. And the letter is M. The letter is M. You could go first because I already got both mine.
Mariah Carey,
We belong together.
Fly Like a Bird.
Never heard of that song. Okay, male.
Mel, Mario, Never.
M for female, Marsha Ambrosia. So many songs that we could talk about with Marsha. What's one of your favorites?
Far Away.
Exactly. That was a great song. And that's my favorite as well. And then M, if you think about anybody with M, how could you not? What perfect timing. Look at the
Michael
universe,
Jackson.
you know, giving me M for Michael Jackson. And I'll say, I Can't Help It. If it's not Butterflies, it's I Can't Help It. My favorite song. I listen to that probably daily. So all right, we'll do that more often when we come, you know, breaking down music and everything.
Let's do one more. Just one more.
One more? All right, he won another one. Here you go.
That's the last
Dice is rolling, and it is going on T. Ooh.
Tiana Teller, Concrete. Definitely my favorite song by her. And Trey Songz. We Belong Together, I believe.
Never heard of that song.
Yeah, I think that's the song.
T for female. I'm gonna go.
Oh, We Made to Be Together. My fault.
Probably. I don't know.
That's the name of the song.
T, I don't know. That's crazy because female wise, T, and I probably got a lot of people in my phone, but that would be unauthentic to go to my phone. So right now,
Tina Marie,
no,
Tina Turner.
no, Tina Turner. We could do Tina Turner, rolling down the river. Woo, woo, woo. I guess so. We could do Tina Taylor. Male wise, the weekend, the party after party, or the morning. So that's what I'm gonna go with T. But to think off the top of the dome is crazy because then it's like, is he being real? Is he being authentic? And I'm not gonna go on my phone like Eric just did when he snuck in his phone. But I'm not gonna say nothing.
I did not sneak in my home.
All right,
You
so
tripping.
let's segue into, since we're on this topic and we're talking about a lot of things, we can do sports. And it's not too much I want to talk about with sports, but I mean, we representing Philly today. He got the red on for the Phillies. I got these Halloween colors, aka the Flyers, and you seen the jersey, Ron Hextall. That's how old I am. I used to go to the games with him and Eric Lindros and Paul Coffey, who's one of my favorite skaters because he was the fastest skater in the NHL. Shout out to my dad who took me to a hockey game once before, and I actually caught the puck when it flew over. But Phillies doing what they're supposed to do. They gotta win tonight.
They
so
got
they
to
can go
win
to the
tonight.
World Series.
So-
Because if they don't, especially with the greatest baseball player in the world right now, Bryce Harper, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, I'm gonna be upset. The city is either gonna tear shit up if they lose, or they're gonna tear shit up if they win. So for the sake of Broad Street bullies, Phillies, do what you gotta do. How you feel about the Phillies? You know, you was hating on them last year.
I was not hating on them. I just told y'all. The only reason why I didn't want them to win that one game is
That's
because we
called
needed all teachers to come in on Friday.
Oh, well, that's
Y'all
called hate.
skipping out on it's not even parade day. They just the Phillies won the World Series, so we ain't gonna come to school.
So
Like
what you think gonna happen tomorrow when they win and they go to the World Series? They not coming in to work.
they're coming.
They down Broad Street right now getting drunk.
Look. So again, y'all would not blame me this year for the Phillies losing. Because we're gonna win. We're gonna win. That's why we all wore red today.
I did for school too. I had my
yeah.
Phillies jerseys on, my Phillies hat. I had red and white sneakers and all of that for the team spirit. Even though I'm not a Phillies fan, I'm from New York. I am a Yankees fan, but I just wore it for the students to be compliant.
Allegedly.
Eagles though, after that ass whooping they took when they shouldn't have lost, they came back strong.
They came back strong. I was watching the game.
AJ Brown.
Shout out to AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
I'm actually getting your jersey.
Allegedly.
So hopefully I meet you one day and you can sign my jersey. But all jokes aside, I watched the game. It was 17-3. All of a sudden, I turned like I was washing clothes. Next thing you know, it was 17-17. I'm like, what the? I was pissed. But they rebutted. They came out strong. And shout out to Jalen Hurts. He be taking risks. And I be saying he be taking Nick Foles' risks.
Here we go. Hating on Nick Foles again.
I am not hating on Nick Foles, but
we've
I ain't gonna lie, we've been playing like Nick Foles is our quarterback at times.
And he won y'all a Super Bowl, so be grateful.
It's not about winning. It's about it is about winning.
Russell Westbrook.
Hold on.
What?
It's also about not making sloppy decisions that could fuck up the whole entire game. So what I'm saying, when I say Nick Foles, Nick Foles did get us the Super Bowl, and yes, he did get us to the playoffs the following year, but we did that based off just like luck. And we don't need luck. We need strong passes. And I just felt like a lot of it has been like these field goals been saving our asses. Besides the game that recently just happened with the Dolphins, we haven't won a game based off like just we here and we killing shit. We've
dominating.
Been
like dominating the game.
Yeah, we haven't been dominating the way we should. So this game showed that we are dominating, but the previous game has been just luck, bro. And luck is not gonna get us a Super Bowl. So I heard they just signed traded.
Don't get me lying.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you. It's about to
But while he looked that up, the simple fact that he's learning more about the teams that they playing, he's learning the players' names and all that. He's really vested into this.
Somebody
this
from the
team.
Titans that they traded for somebody. So everybody is real stoked. Philly is real stoked about this new player that's coming over. So look, I'm excited for it. It's another name, and I'm actually enjoying football. Somebody actually, one of my old friends invited me to the game, and I was like, it was last minute, so I was like, no. But
He should have went.
I'll go to the next game when I'm invited.
Phillies, do your thing tonight. Bring it home for Jerome. Eagles, do your thing. Keep going. This city need that positivity.
We
This
need
city's
our day
hard.
offs.
Damn the day off. The city need the positivity and something to look forward to. And then the Flyers do what you got to do. You see, I ain't talking about the Sixers because James Harden is trying. I don't know what that man doing. I don't care. Let's just hope for the best for them. But that's all I got for sports. I just wanted to talk about these three Philly teams and give them their trophies. I don't say flowers unless it's a female, so let's give them their trophies. Movie wise, go ahead. What was you about to say?
I say, here we go with the sexist trophies and flowers.
I don't want no flowers. Give me some trophies.
I'm bringing you flowers in the next episode.
Yeah, all right. And give them to me. Make sure they're alive so I can give them to somebody else. How to rich stay rich. Movie wise, because it is Halloween and it is this month and a lot of scary stuff came out. You know that's my favorite genre. I watch scary movies 24/7. If that's the last genre I had to watch for the rest of my life, I would. We go see a couple of movies. How did you feel about The Exorcist Reinvited, Reborn,
I'm gonna be honest. I
redone?
It was a cool movie. It was alright. I jumped a couple times. It is in a theater and they have the jump scares, but I don't feel like it was that scary.
Me neither.
At all for it to be a rated R movie. I understand why it was rated R because there was some moments where it was just like, yeah, kids can't see this, but it was definitely not that scary of a movie. I haven't had a movie that spooked me out that much. I feel like what's the one with the basement? The basement, and it became a bigger room.
Barbarian.
I'm saying I felt like that was Barbarian and The Black Phone were the last two horror movies I felt like had great storyline, and it was great writing and yeah, I just felt like it was more of a message. I felt like this movie was just like, it was cool, but it wasn't all that.
We talked about it as well. Exorcist, it had about 4 jump scares, but it was very predictable. I laughed at a few parts, and I didn't feel like it was a rated R movie. It was a washed down rated R movie. Mm-hmm. It was rated R because kids would come see it, and it involved children in there, and the things that happened to the children was like, okay, we got to make this rated R. But it should have been a PG-13 movie. Right. I'm waiting for the guts and the glory. I need a crazy rated R movie that'll make me actually look over my shoulder to say, hey, all right, now let me turn the light on.
Because Gary do not jump for nothing. And not even the jump scares. It'd be like...
And I haven't had that happen in years. But we will talk about that because I'm coming up with a question for you to touch base on that. But I saw The Nun 2. I thought The Nun 2 was good. It gave you a little bit of chills because it references things in the Bible. So when they saying certain things in the Bible, as did The Exorcist, I'm like, oh, I know that Bible verse. That's one of my favorite Bible verses. I actually got one across my chest, 2 Corinthians 5:17. So when they were saying that, I'm resonating in the theater like, oh, I'm kind of getting chills because I know what that means. But then it kind of died down. So The Nun 2 was good. Then it got to be a little bit too much humorous and too funny. And I'm like, I'm over this. It wasn't worth it no more for me. So I hope they stop with the nuns. But then also, we wanted to go see Saw. And a couple people told me that Saw was like Fast and the Furious. God honest truth. And I'll let you be your judge for that, but they telling me like
I didn't see it, so I can't judge it.
Right.
But I'm about to start going to the movies on my own.
You got the membership. Use it.
So Yeah.
You lucky enough to be able to go. I used to go to the movies on my own all the time and watch scary movies by myself. And
I
be
did
happy.
that when I was in high school a lot,
Right.
but I haven't did it.
But
recently.
I mean, we talked about it. Has there ever been a scary movie, like a scary movie that had you really like about to shit yourself that you really was scared of ever? And what was it?
Honestly, not like I haven't had a scary movie that actually like I shit my pants or anything like that. But I always feel like Michael Myers is the only person that does like it's just scary to me. Like he's not like his whole presence is scary. You know the Michael Myers challenge that people be doing on TikTok, where people walk in, they got the Michael Myers suit, and they just walk in at the pace of Michael Myers trying to get in the house, and people always fell. So it's really like challenging for people to actually when they're already in a scared state and trying to get in the door,
And
not
focus.
trying to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
So it's we be in the movies like, yo, you can't open the damn door. But Michael Myers always been one of those figures in horror that I'm always afraid of. Like if I walk outside and Michael Myers is just standing there in front of me, I'll be spooked the fuck out. Like but H2O, Michael Myers H2O has always been my favorite.
Shout out to Cool J.
Yeah, shout out
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, that's always been the best Michael Myers ever. I haven't enjoyed the new remakes of Michael Myers, but I'm still afraid of Michael Myers. Like Michael Myers could just show up at my door, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, let me lock all the doors and call the police. So
Solid.
how about you?
So I need to be getting me a Michael Myers costume for when he get on my nerves. For me,
I know who's gonna be under that suit.
for me, it was one movie. Now, growing up, I was scared of Candyman because he was black. He was a black villain, and you couldn't escape him. Whether your dreams, reality, you was getting killed. But then I got to a point to where as though I say Candyman in the mirror, and it doesn't bother me. I don't care about Candyman. Nobody care about them damn bees or nothing. But the movie that really scared me, and the reason why, is because of church and the whole biblical thing, was Tales from the Crypt, Demon Night. Jada Pinkett Smith is in there, and I'm not going to give her no... She doing my boy Will dirty, so I ain't even going to mention Jada Pinkett Smith. But the reason why it was scary to me is because when the demons came out, they were like walk up the steps and all of that, and they would come out of the dark. And in order for them not to be able to cross thresholds, they had to take the blood of Jesus and pour a drop on the ground, and it would make like a barricade that the demons couldn't get through. So when I was younger, I remember living on Ruby Street in West Philadelphia. Me and my brother and my sister, at nighttime, before I said my prayers or whatever, I would go like pray to God and act like I put a drop of blood down and make a barricade so they wouldn't come up the steps in my room. And I lived in the middle room. And in the middle room, like if you look out the door, the steps is right there. And I used to have bad like night tremors, to where as though I would be asleep, and I forgot the sleep realm that it was, but I would be asleep, but I would be in and out of sleep. And have you ever got to the point to where as though you're sleeping and it feels like somebody's holding you, you can't open your mouth, and that would happen to me so much because I would be envisioning demons coming up my steps and coming right into the room. So then I used to always make like the little barricade and pray or whatever. But I heard that's a truthful thing. It hasn't happened in a very, very long time. But Demon Night, just seeing them demons and how dark it was coming up the steps in our house in West Philly, it had me feeling that type of way. But then, as I started to watch movies more and more and more, and I prayed, and I remember one time I'm just like, well, I believe in God, so whatever it is, it'll just go away. And then I really didn't have no issues or whatever to come from that. But it was Demon Night, not for the scares or the jump scares or nothing, but for the real thought process of demons,
You ever got scared where everybody's upstairs on the second floor, everybody in their rooms, and then you got to get something from the kitchen, but it's pitch dark downstairs, and you're like, yo, can you just come downstairs with me because I'm scared? And then once you turn on that first light, you just like start turning on every light, and then once you hit the kitchen, you keep every light on, and then you just run upstairs and just start and run upstairs so nobody can get you.
So my little brothers did that all the time, and I used to laugh at them. I didn't because as weird as this sounds, and I don't care if it's weird to you, I don't. I like the dark. Like I walk around in the dark in my house. Like I take showers sometimes in the complete dark and just having music on, because that gives me a chance to deal with everything that's up here. So the dark never bothered me. So I'll walk downstairs in the dark without no issues. Because sometimes I want to see ghosts. As crazy as that sounds, they come out. If you're gonna come out now. So I was cool with it. That's why when we talked about Barbarian, if one of y'all asses went down in that basement with that crazy ass lady, I would have went down there to save y'all. I wouldn't have been scared of that.
I'm not seeing that.
We know you're not. You the boy who would have did what the homeboy did. You would have shot us and pushed us down there and threw us off the water tower so you could get good.
I wouldn't have did that. All I'm saying is, if you make a dumb decision and go to a basement, not that you went in the basement, you going through secret passages that's opening doors and doors and going down. You did that. I'm going to find help and we're going to try to get you help. Like, I'm not coming to save you, because if the person kills both of us, who's going to be the person that gets out?
Hey, man. I feel like I'll get my wings going into heaven, and God will know that I did what I had to do to try to save somebody.
And God knows I'm going to go get help.
Yeah.
So.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah.
You see, my co-host thinks so low of me.
I mean, that's just the world that we live in. And speaking of the world that we live in, just around third base, and I don't want to talk about this too much, because I don't want to drag it out. We talk about this all the time, and we alluded to this earlier in the show. But us being educators and everything, with this new generation, the youth, everything that we deal with when it comes to social media, when it comes to the communities that we live in, is it based? And is these things happening because of the parents or the lack thereof in the household? Is it the systemic racism with us not getting the funding and the books and the education that we need, and teachers just giving up? Or is it just it's a soup bowl full of nonsense that we're dealing with, and we are, enabling ourselves to go down this rabbit hole that we created?
Yeah. I honestly, it's a combination of everything, but I do feel like in terms of education, it's definitely, parents are not raising our kids the right way. And I'm just call it a spade a spade. We're like, I think it was California, the mayor wants to charge or trying to pass a law that charges parents up to $5,000 for if your kid is out here damaging things. Like, we gotta get to a point where we hold parents accountable. You don't know where your kids are at nighttime. You don't know your kids. You're not building a relationship with them, and you don't hold them accountable. So why is it that when, as educators, we're trying to enforce these rules and we're trying to educate the kids and we're trying to make them go in the right direction, you come to the school and rebuttal everything we have to say? Oh, my child not like this. My child doesn't do this. My child, and it's like, we supposed to be team. I don't, as an educator, what do I gain for making your child miserable? Like, all I'm trying to do is make them better. Make them better listeners, better readers, better socializers. A lot of these kids, all they know is social media. Like that, and I think that's the problem. Like, and I understand why a lot of my friends put their kids through private school, because there's no home training. Private schools do not deal with this. It's like, you're going to get kicked out and you could go somewhere else. We're not going to tolerate it. Like, you're paying to be here. Like, that's the point. You're paying to be here. And we can get rid of you all we want. Private school got that old set of rules. And I just feel like these kids nowadays is a combination of the parents and the kids. You got the parent wanting to come up to beat everybody up, and then you got the child want to beat everybody up. And it's like, how can we as adults change this trajectory of like we said, we got to build a bridge. It can't be us going head to head with each other, because it doesn't solve anything. It doesn't prove anything. Fighting doesn't prove anything. Going out here because you mad at the world and you want to kill somebody doesn't prove anything. It doesn't prove anything. But having a adult conversation and holding your children accountable, that's the thing. Is, yo, hey, Mr. Young, like, I know this happened, and I don't agree with this, but how can we move forward with this? I don't agree with this. Or, hey, I understand that you gave my child a consequence. I wasn't a big fan of why you gave a child a consequence, but how do we, like, hey, I might say, hey, the consequence stands because of X, Y, and Z, but hey, like, I appreciate you coming to me and telling me how you feel, because, you know, a lot of parents do not advocate for their kids, or a lot of parents do not show up for parent-teacher conference, or a lot of parents do not show up for 8th grade activities or high school things where we trying to, like, push them forward. Like, there was a couple of my students who got into great schools, but they settled for the neighborhood school because that's all they know. It's like we have to learn how to step out our box and actually work together as adults and actually be mature about how we thinking in the world. I feel like a lot of people are not rational, and they just base everything off aggression. What is fighting going to prove? What is killing going to prove? What is arguing with me and me having a calm tone going to prove? Because you arguing and making a big deal and being loud, it's not going to get nowhere, because I'm going to ignore it, or, you know, I'm just going to be professional at all times. But it's just like we have to get out of that. Educators are against my child, because I'm telling you, educators do not have time to hold grudges on children, and a lot of times these educators are getting beat up by your kids, spit on by your kids, threatened by your kids, and then they still got to show up to work every day. Like, can you imagine a kid threatening to kill you, or the parent is condoning the behavior, and you still got to teach the kid every single day? That's what I'm saying. Like, these are the things educators are dealing with on a daily basis, but parents always justifying the actions. Oh, these teachers this. What about you? How come your kid do not know how to read? They put it on the educator, but your child didn't know how to read coming into kindergarten. So it's just like, learning doesn't just start at school. It starts at home as well. It's a combination of both, and that's why we have to work together to bridge the gap. It's not education it's not at school. It's at home, and reading to them, having them read, having them write, having them trace. Like, they have to know how to write their name when they get to kindergarten. Like, we just met your kid, 5 years old. They don't know how to write their name, but y'all blaming us. So that's my take on that. That I went on a whole rant right there, but because I'm real passionate, and I have a lot of love for these kids out here, and I just want them to, like, change their behavior and change how they think, change how they communicate. Because a lot of kids don't know how to communicate. And granted, a lot of kids are dealing with a lot of stuff, right? But we have to learn how to come together to make that change. And I'm sorry, because I had to...
You gotta get it off your chest.
I had to get it off my chest.
I mean, you've been in this field for a while, so you've dealt with it, and you've seen...
10 years.
10 years. You've seen different aspects, different schools, and different archdioceses, and charter schools, and the school districts. So you got, you deal with it a lot. I'm new to this. So with me being new to this, I just go off of the experiences of being a part of great programs like Books and Hoops, and then I know how I felt in school. I know why school was so important to me, whereas though I wasn't allowed to come home with a C because that's what my dad did. And in the summertime, when everybody ripping and running up the streets, I had to sit on the porch and do book reports and all of that type of
And
stuff.
this Gary is smart as hell. Like, smart as hell. He's so smart. He be irritating me in text messages. Like,
Sometimes it's smart ass, but
yeah, he a smart ass. But I learn a lot from him. Like, just correcting each other and just like
helping each other grow, and that's what we not getting. And for me, it's like, is it based off the parents? Is it based off of the lack of community involvement? Is it based off of social media or systemic racism? For me, parent wise, my parent always came to parent teacher night, and me being one of the smartest, I wanted them to come so they could see, like, you exactly see how good I'm doing. Because I'll give you one story. I was in high school. I got straight A's all the time. My homies was like, "Damn, Gary, let me get your report card, because if I get your report card, I get like $400 or $500." Mind you, I was in 12th grade in 2002. Right. I'm old. I said, "Oh, my dad just gonna slap me in the back of the head and say, this is what I'm supposed to do."
Right.
I never was rewarded for that, because that was an expectation from me, because my parents played that role in my life, and I was hype about it. When it comes to the communities, I had people who supported me, who brought me books, who brought me notepads and all of that type of stuff, pens and pencils to Gary, do good. I want to hear about your graduation, and they got me stuff when I graduated, and we had a block party, and they acknowledged me. When it comes to social media, I felt like because of COVID, it affected everybody and killed brain cells, and that's why we're dealing with this generation that we're dealing in right now. And then lastly, systemic racism. When I was growing up, my teachers were 40 plus. Now you got teachers that's 22, 23, 24. Mm-hmm. So they not understanding how to deal with these kids, because, excuse my language, and I don't want to get canceled or whatever for the language, but it's kids that's in 5th grade. Fuck out of here, what you talk about? And they start talking about the teacher's shoes and bidding on the teacher, and then the teacher go in the bathroom and start crying. Mm-hmm. This is the world that we living in right now. But when I grew up, we had the Miss Axelrods and Miss Gottliebs, who we had to respect and all that. Miss Cashes, rest in peace. And they were older women, older men who really instilled in us what we needed to. And that's why parents respected that. We don't have that nowadays because they don't have the tolerance. And the teachers are so young that they ski ye, and then they, well, bring your mom up here because I'll show your mom this, and that.
But that's what I learned. Listen to learn.
And learn to listen.
That always stuck with me. Always.
You're right. But I mean, we'll touch base on this more and more. We can get deeper into this, and we might have to do like a little thing on our Instagram, whereas though we might have to go on live and just go on some rants. Maybe the world needs the rants. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it was slow. It was a lot going on that kind of dragged out with this episode, and it wasn't as fluent as it was supposed to be. But I appreciate you guys for this Halloween themed episode that is a part of a little bit of our personalities, and it's called "I'm Tired of Being Tired of Being Tired." Shout out to everybody who was supporting us, especially our sponsor, Nobody. Hopefully we could be somebody. But other than that, keep tuning in. We got some more stuff coming down the pike, and we'll get better. Trust me, we'll get better. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.